Shout out to the mighty Who Dat Nation, man. I'm up in this thing, Sports Coma representing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sports talk for your favorite sports fam. Shout out to the fam. Much love to the fam, man. Listen, man. Big ups to you guys. Thank y'all. Y'all please feel free to hit the like button. Hit the share button too. That helps out the stream, fam. And if you're not a subscriber, please feel free to subscribe. Give me a mic check, fam. If y'all can hear me loud and clear, give me a mic check if you please. If I'm coming through loud and clear for you guys, man, please let me know. Put one in the chat if y'all can hear me real good. Shout out to the fam. Good to see you, Chantel. Much love to the queens and the kings of the mighty Who Dat Nation, man. We're in this thing. OG to the third degree is in the building. Brother Roe, shout out to you. What's up, Bullet Family Travel Vlog is in this thing. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Brother Terry is Poppy 504. Brother Claude is in this thing. Much love to you guys. Appreciate your support. Much love to you guys. Please feel free. What's up, 3Ls is in the building. What's popping, baby? Shout out to you guys. Thank y'all for being here. Young City, what's popping, fam? Good to see y'all in the stream, man. J Rod out, how you doing, sir? Appreciate you for being here. Brandon Davis is in this thing. Shout out to you, brother. Good to see you in this thing as well, man. Listen, fam, a little news. We're really not any news, man. This came out a couple hours ago. Is that the Saints replaced Jameis Winston. We got a new quarterback, a new backup quarterback that has been signed to the New Orleans Saints. He's a journeyman quarterback. He's been in the game for like 6 years, played for 3 different teams. I want to say the Bears, Bills, and the Raiders. So we got another former Raider player in the building. And how do you guys feel about Nathan Peterman, man? Y'all put it in the chat. Let me know what's going on. What's up, J Sticks Jefferson? How you doing, sir? Nolans 504. Much love. Free game. How you doing, Sam? All right. He says, why don't you do? I'm gonna start doing it again, fam. Bro, like I said, I've been handling a lot of business, man. I've just been taking care of a lot of stuff, man. Taking care of some, family business, some business. It's just been a very, very busy time for me over the last 5 or 6 months or so. So, fam, I got some stuff I'm working on. It's just been kind of busy, man. With the sports site, the WhoDatDaily.com, our contributors that we've been, that has been riding with us, man. So it's a lot of stuff going on that I got to account for. I'm still working on my delegation abilities, kind of working on automation on a few things. So I'm still learning as I go. So y'all just like the signs when you go to your favorite restaurant and then you go there and say, damn, man, they got the door open, but they got people painting. You know what I'm saying? They're taking out the old chairs and putting new ones in. They got a guy in there, he in there cleaning out the bathroom and painting and everything. You know what I'm saying? They bringing in new equipment. And they got a sign out front say, pardon our progress. That's what's going on, man. So pardon my progress. You heard me? All right. So big ups to y'all, man. Good to see y'all. Yes. All right. Yeah. But free game, bro. It's going to be back in effect, man. So yeah, don't sweat it. We're going to be back in effect. But big ups to y'all, man. Y'all hit the like button. What's up, brother Troll in the building, man? Much love. Good to see you, fam. Appreciate you as well. All right. Yes, sir. Yeah, Nate Peterman, man, is in this thing, man. Listen, fam, Mr. Peterman, man. A little information on him, fam. Former Pitt Panther, former Tennessee transfer, played some years for Pitt, Nick Underhill reported this. So shout out to Nick Underhill. Peterman played for the Bears, the Bills, and the Raiders during his 6 years in the NFL. He completed 53% of his passes, his 712 passing yards, 4 touchdowns against 13 interceptions, 15 career games, 5 worst starts. So, that's his brief 6-year career so far is 4 touchdowns against 13 INTs. So yeah, there you go. And as terms of his college career, he had a lot better, production in college, man, to be honest with you. But that's neither here nor there, man. I know the family members, man, are kind of up in it You lose Jameis Winston, and Jameis is a guy that a lot of people really love, and the way they lost him in like a 7.9, I think it was, or 8 point. No, I'm sorry. It was almost 9 million. Wasn't it like almost 9 million for a 1-year deal for Cleveland? But we knew the writing was on the wall. So the Saints get a backup in Nathan Peterman. They might need a backup for the backup. This guy is a 6-year veteran, but he don't have a lot of starting experience, So, you could be in harm's way. We got to make sure we take Derek Carr. First of all, get Clint Kubiak to fix him so he don't stand out half the field half the time. Stop making excuses. And after that, we got to take him and dip him in titanium to make sure he doesn't get hurt. Because if something happens, God forgive to our starting quarterback, or forbid to our starting quarterback, Nathan Peterman will get an opportunity to step in there and do something. So we might need a backup for the backup. He ain't got a lot of experience, man, in terms of pro experience. 6 years in the NFL, but that's not those statistics as a backup, man, they're not very promising. 4 touchdowns against, what I said, 13 interceptions. That's not very good looking numbers. So a lot of people kind of like, this is like really a mediocre signing for the Saints. It's like, you can, but looking at the QB market, the Saints, could have perhaps, I would have even, I guess you couldn't say you couldn't even go for Gardner Minshew because the Raiders gave him a deal there. And now there's reports that the Raiders are a favorite to land Justin Fields. That report came out. Actually, it came out yesterday. It really started gaining steam today as they're talking about Justin Fields and the Raiders could be a thing going on there. So I know eventually the Bears going to pull the trigger on Justin Fields. It's just a matter of time because it's already written on the wall with the new people coming into Chicago that they want Caleb Williams with the pick. And listen, I'm not mad at him. He's phenomenal, and they need a quarterback that can come in there and electrify the family base. So, Justin Fields, man, could end up in Raiderland. Listen, that would be actually a pretty solid move by the Raiders, man. Love what the Raiders are attempting to do. I love the fact that they read up and got Antonio Pierce and brought him in there. I'm really, really happy for them that they actually bust that move and got Antonio Pierce and made him the guy. Man, that guy knows football. He knows how to talk to people. He's a guy. He's like very much like a D'Amico Ryans. These guys have been around football all their life. They know how to deal and talk to people. They got the ability to speak that language, and they can talk to the media. They're professionals. They can transfer on the field, or if they get into the press room, they can make you see the vision. They can communicate the vision to you. They're decisive guys that know what they're doing, and they were solid players too when they played. So love what the Raiders got going on there. But anyway, in terms of with the Saints, man, listen, man, I can't really say too much about Nathan Peterman, man. To me, it's just, it's just a mediocre move. It's just a guy that they signed. The guy don't really have much of a name as a quarterback, and plus, it kind of makes it, it puts a little bit of, dust on top of it because of the fact that Jameis, who was a very well liked quarterback for the Saints, is gone, and then you follow it up with a very mediocre signing. No disrespect to Nathan, as a quarterback or a person. I'm just saying, from a name perspective, this is a very mediocre signing for the Saints. So we just hope that the man, we don't know what he can do, man. I watched a few pieces of tape on him, and he's at times he looks like a pretty decent quarterback, and at times you can see he just gets in trouble with different things. But it'll be awesome. It's interesting. All right, so shout out to the fam. Y'all hit the like button, man. Almost 100 people just in the room. We just popping off. Saints Inc. former Raider QB. Yes, played for the Bears, the Bills, and the Raiders. The reason I threw that Raider thing up there, y'all know what time it is, man. We have, and family kind of joked about it. Like, hey, Q, we turning into the New Orleans Raiders. That's not a good thing because we're not talking about the good Raiders of yesteryear, the championship Raiders. We're talking about the mediocre Dennis Allen Raiders, that's not doing a damn thing. That's what we talking about, So I mean, man, listen, man. Uh, my opinion on it, man. Y'all throw y'all's in the chat. Very mediocre signing. Ain't nothing really to talk about with this one, man. Very mediocre signing. OG Jerry says, man, bring Jameis back. He gone, brother. Jameis is gone to Cleveland. And like I said, I think he'll get an opportunity to play, man, to be honest with you. With Deshaun Watson, he keeps getting hurt all the time. Jameis will get an opportunity to get in there and play, man. And that's a positive, man. So that was good. It was good having Jameis down here, man. You know, he wasn't perfect, but Jameis was a good dude, man. And, you know, I'm just going to make it a little rougher on Nathan Peterman coming in here, replacing Jameis at the backup quarterback position. So, man, you know how it goes, man. All right. So big ups to the fam, man. Y'all hit the like button for me. All right. Who that, brother Dylan? Who that to you? Good to see you. Much love. Rose said the Midas will bring Traquan Smith back. No, hell no, he won't. I don't, you know, that Traquan probably end up with Peyton before he end up with us, man. You know, I think the Traquan Smith ship has sailed forever and is not coming back. Latest accounts was that it sank at the bottom of the middle of the Gulf. That's never coming back here, brother. You could, yeah. See, Bama said this is BS, man. But listen, fam, listen, the whole thing is, you know, they're not going to swing at Justin Fields. They're not going to go for Justin Fields. Gardner Minshew was offered a pretty pricey contract by the Raiders. And now they're chasing Justin Fields. Now, this is the later rumors out there. Because you're not really excited if you're the Raiders and you get Gardner Minshew. He's seen as a backup or a guy that can play several games while your starter's down. But when your starter come back, send him back to the bench. You see what I'm saying? So he's not a guy that you would look at and say, oh, this is, you know, in terms of the Raiders. In terms of the Saints, Jacoby Brissett, he was signed. See, a lot of those guys were gone. That's what I was saying. Within the first couple of days of free agency, fam, a lot of those guys were already off the table. You know what I'm saying? Jacoby Brissett ended up with New England. Well, he'll have an opportunity to actually start there until they draft Jaden Daniels. And Jaden Daniels probably take over for the team in the middle of the year. You know how I go. And, you know, what else? Somebody ended up with the Washington Commanders. They had signed up, I forgot who it was. Y'all put it in the chat. But Washington got a backup quarterback there. Marcus Mariota. That's what I was thinking about. Marcus Mariota ended up with the Washington Commanders on a one-year deal. Joe Flacco. A lot of people was thinking, Q, how about Joe Flacco? Joe Flacco would definitely have been an upgrade, you know, versus a Peterman, because at least Joe Flacco got an extensive experience resume. He's in really the meaning of what a backup quarterback is. You want a veteran quarterback that still got someone of arm, a guy that can come in the pinch, has seen different systems that can come in and help you win some games. So, you know, but he got a one-year deal from the Colts. He picked up on a one-year deal from the Colts. So a lot of the guys who people thought that could have been the guys that were signed to ultimately play as a backup quarterback of the Saints, those guys were off the board. They were gone. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those guys were gone. So who would you guys put it in the chat, fam? Somebody gonna be smart and say anybody. But who would you have preferred? Give me one person, and it can't be Jameis. It cannot be Jameis, and it can't be anybody, Q. It can't be that. Y'all put it in the chat. Tell me one quarterback who you would want it to be, who you thought would be a good backup quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. That's not Jameis Winston and not a person called anybody. You know, y'all throw that in the chat. Let me know how y'all feel on that. What's up, Joe? Shout out to you, fam. What garbage? Nathan Peterman, man, it's your new quarterback, bro. Aren't you? What's up with you, who that's? You guys are not excited about Peterman being your quarterback? Huh? Y'all guys not? What's up, Carla? Shout out to Carla. What's up, Kuvatis? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Brother Gundam is in this thing. Shout out to you, brother. Good to see you. Says, nah, man. Can you too? You says, nah, man. Saints ain't going to draft a QB. And no. Oh, no. They ain't going to draft no quarterback, bro. No. You got a quarterback. Shout out to my dog, GM Kev, man. GM Kev messaged me and said, Q, we got a quarterback. It's Jake Haener. Are you guys excited about Jake Haener? Do you agree with my dog, GM Kev? We got to back up. We got to see what he can do. The guy's a 4th-round draft pick. We got to see what he can do. Are you guys excited about Jake Hayner? You know what I'm saying? I know y'all ain't excited about Nathan Peterman, but are you excited about Jake Hayner? Y'all let me know, man. All right. Jack said, what's up, Jack? Says, we're not even shopping at TJ Maxx now. Well, listen, up to this point, there's still a lot of time left to be gone, man. There's a lot of time left in the free agency process. We're just in the first layers of it. What do you guys think about the Saints signing thus far? Put a grade on that thing. Put a grade on that thing for me. Now, let's kind of recap the Saints signings thus far. All right. They picked up William Gay Jr. on a 1-year deal at $5 million. Okay. 3rd linebacker. He won't take Pete Werner's job. He'll just be the 3rd linebacker for the Saints. He basically replaces Zach Bowen, right? So you get Zach Bowen's replacement. And I think it's positive because I like the guy's athleticism. He got a lot of experience. He's an energetic dude too. But he's still nothing but our 3rd linebacker. And like I said, although I like the player and I like his championship pedigree, in terms of a defensive standpoint, now, special teams and whatever, but in terms of defense, if something happens to one of our starting linebackers, he can step in there and play. But for right now, basically what William Gay Jr. is just a, what is it? He's a 3rd linebacker for us. And I was telling the family, although I like the player and I do like the move of them getting him to replace Zach Bowen because you're going to need that. But, one of the first signings, and I'm talking about not the Xander Horvath signing, right? When they signed the Xander Horvath before the free agency period kicked off, I guess you can include that to get a fullback. Then they signed Prentice. I thought it was a multi-year deal. It's a 1-year deal for Adam Prentice. So they're going to try to perform or provide some competition at the fullback position. Although I don't know, I think Adam Prentice I don't think he's the type of dude that would, he's a north-south traditional style tight end. You need more. I would like to see more of a versatile guy. Xander Horvath does have that possibility, but let's just throw that in there. Xander Horvath is a free agent. They signed one of the first before free agency signed. They got him on a 1-year deal. They turned around and signed William Gay Jr. on a 1-year deal worth $5 million. There's no word right now on the Chase Young situation that I'm aware. I'm going to check again. I just checked not too long ago, but I'm going to check again. Haven't heard nothing on Chase Young coming to the Saints. And usually when it's quiet like that, the first couple of days, because he's supposed to went there Wednesday, and we haven't heard too much about it. But, usually when that happens, they done got him tied up in the building, and they name your price, do your physical, and then they'll give him the price. Because Carolina right now, they've been spending a lot of money, and they've been filling a lot of needs. I'm going to be honest with you. They brought in the kid, what's his name, the big defensive end, used to play with Alabama, the University of Alabama. His name escapes me right now, but they brought him in there. They've added people across the building. If you now checked out their transaction report, and I've seen them people adding a lot of people. I ain't talking about depth pieces. They're adding some depth pieces, but they're adding starters to their defense and their offense. Like I said, they spend a ton of money on 2 guards to sit on the opposite side of the center to help out with the running attack and protecting Bryce Young. So those people are hitting the needs, like the most paramount needs. And then they're not doing one here, one dinky donkey do type thing at a time. They're getting guys in some of the, higher ranked people, and they're bringing them in. Like they picked up Josie Jewell, a linebacker to replace Frankie Luther, who they lost. So they got that guy played for, I think it was Denver last year. He was actually pretty decent linebacker. Got some game with him. But like I said, Carolina, and you talk about Atlanta with Kirk Cousins, but the really solid move I like that they did was they got Darnell Mooney. I'm telling you, that's a big move. They might not realize that yet because Darnell Mooney he come from the University of Tulane, and he made a name for himself with the Chicago Bears. He had a lot of productive numbers up there when he was with them people. And the guy is a baller, man. He catches damn near everything you throw to him. He runs pretty good routes, and he got speed. So he can serve as a good complement to Drake London. So, hey man, they doing some stuff. They gave him a nice little contract. I think it's a 3-year deal. That's a very solid and smart move. Not to mention, Carolina did their thing with Deontay Johnson. The trade, they ain't send no picks. They just, well, they flip flop 7-round picks, I want to say, but ultimately they just sent Dante, whatever his face is, in trade of Deontay Johnson, and that guy is very good, very talented. A really good compliment for Adam Thielen. And then you go to with Tampa Bay. Even Tampa Bay did some good things. They gave Baker Mayfield his bread. They read up with Mike Evans, gave him a 2-year extension. They brought back what's his name? I forgot the guy. Levanta David. They brought him back. And like I said, it's just one of those things. Now, it's just, that's what they're doing. And then you look at what the Saints have done. You can't really say too much. Fullback Xander Horvath, and linebacker Willie Gay Jr., and then backup quarterback Nathan Peterman. So I don't know, it's just, when we gonna start hitting these needs, man? A lot of the really good veterans are coming off the board, man. I mean, when are we going? Are we working? It's starting to appear now. As days pass, you can start seeing the puzzle pieces or lack thereof come into focus. Like we obviously need lineman help. We need offensive line help. We don't have a left tackle. We don't have a starting level left guard. Now you can talk about Nick Saldiveri, but we don't know what he can do. He was hurt last year, most of last year. The right tackle position with Ryan Ramczyk is shaky because Ramczyk is coming off a minor knee surgery. He missed time last year with that bad knee. He was supposed to get a major surgery to kind of help him out. He did some minor thing, and he's still a question mark because you don't know, even though I pray that it helps him and heal up, but man, this is a system that they're bringing in here that requires a lot of movement, and they were moving last year, but man, it's a lot of movement they're going to be required to do. So can we really count on Ramczyk to, fulfill his obligations and be there? That's a question mark. So you might have to have somebody there. Is that Trevor Penny? It's a lot of questions around the most important position or the position group that you got. That's the offensive line. You can't fiddle-faddle around with that. I mentioned the guard. Y'all put his name in the chat. I forgot the man's name. But to me, he seemed like the probably be the best option in terms of the left tackle position. The man had experience at both the left tackle and the right tackle position. He got signed, I think, yesterday on a $25-something million deal. So a lot of the guys that we are hoping for to get signed, and some of the needs that we want to see them appease, is starting to see like, some of those veterans, they're getting up off the list. So you see a lot of these guys getting up off the list. You're seeing some of the premier pass rushers gone. You see some solid people leave. And outside of that, really, the only thing the Saints did is they had showed interest and wanted to visit with Chase Young. That might not happen because Carolina might lock him up. Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all heard anything about that, because I most certainly didn't. But that was 2 or 3 hours ago that I checked. So, and also on the Avonte Maddox situation, the cornerback. That's a guy, a year or so removed from a 3-year deal at $22.5 million. So, I don't know, fam. But the puzzle pieces up here are the lack thereof. Like I said, it looks to be like they might be falling in place here. Now, what I mean by that is, hell, are we going to get a veteran, a starting level veteran in the free agency market? And I'm saying in terms of offensive line, I think eventually they'll sign a wide receiver and bring him in there. I haven't seen too many veteran, they got some solid veteran wide receivers out there that they can pick up and bring here. So I don't think that'll be an issue. It's pretty solid list of wide receivers, veteran wise, that's available. But outside of that, the offensive line is really where I'm focused my attention at, because if we don't get the right pieces, and I don't know, it's not just free agency. If they don't see something that they like in free agency, perhaps they then turn and say, okay, we can do trades and perhaps the draft. I don't know, but the speed about what the Saints are doing and the people that they're assigning, it's not a really exciting free agency period for me. Like I said, I like Willie Gay Jr., but ultimately he's a third linebacker, and we only really use two. We run a defensive system where we use a modified nickel package, which the bulk of the time the Saints got two linebackers out there, which is Demario Davis and Peyton Turner. Now he could be, Pete Werner, sorry. And you can have a guy like that, I guess, who can fill in if one of those guys get hurt, and that's a positive. But like I said, he's a third linebacker for us, in depth for injury purposes for the first two. So, in the end, man, it's going to be interesting to see how this all go. But they could turn around and light the sky up tomorrow. I don't know. We still got a lot going on. All right, Rose pushing Hayner to be the number 2 QB. I don't know, bro. I think Hayner hadn't done. And listen, I think Hayner is the third quarterback here. I'm just going to be honest with you. Why? Because, he doesn't know. He's going to be learning this system that they put in there too, and a lot of people like Jake Hayner, and I like Jake Hayner too, but I don't think he's ready. And now that he got to learn up on another system here, I don't know, man. You got a whole new guy in there. Usually, if you got an offensive coordinator coming there, that guy usually going to trust his veterans. They're going to kind of trust his veterans more than, a 2-year quarterback, and he installing a new system in there. So, that's just what some of them do. All right, Claude said, I've done over 30 mock drafts, and the quarterback from Tennessee, Joe Webb, and the quarterback from Florida State, Jordan Travis, is 9 times out of 10 in the 5th round. Yeah, and he might climb a bit. They said that he's supposed to be ready for April's draft. He should be ready for April's draft. I'm telling you, family, that's one of the it's 3 guys. Like we talk about what Big Joe, that showed all that arm talent in the combine that had eyes on him. Guy got a huge arm, can throw the ball, but they putting a knock on him saying he's not accurate. But I talked about that in the last TSC episode on Patreon, fam. Because I had my last mock draft I did in the back of the draft, I had drafted him out of Tennessee. He's 6'5", 230 plus pounds. He's a big quarterback with a hell of an arm. You can throw the ball, and then they saying, his accuracy's off. His accuracy, he can work on his accuracy, but it's not that bad. He had like 20, what was the statistics? He had like 25 touchdowns to like 4 interceptions, bro. And they talk about his accuracy. I'm like, okay, you look at the stats, you never, the scouting report was like, such and such. And that's why I watched the film too. Because the scouts say something, and I don't know sometimes what they are saying is not what you'll see on film. So it's like a signature thing. Some people believe that, I don't like his accuracy. Well, how you don't like the accuracy? He had 25-something touchdowns and 4 interceptions. That's damn good. You're not talking about a guy that threw 25 touchdowns and he had 14 picks to go along with it. Now, that's a huge disparity in touchdowns to interception ratio. Usually when it's like that, you're supposed to get some love from the scouts. I ain't expect them to fall in love with him, but you're supposed to be like, man, this guy is, he's a guy, if you can get the right person to work on him and develop his game and, get him to be patient. But you can say the same thing about a lot of young quarterbacks. A lot of young quarterbacks could stand to be more patient in the pocket. Oh, yes. You can say the same thing about them. So I'm not buying some of these scouting reports on Joe. I'm not, man. I was looking at the film, and he's a lot better than what these scouts are saying. He really is, man. He's a lot better than what these scouts are hitting on. Y'all already know about the kid from Florida State. If that guy wasn't hurt, family, listen. If he wouldn't have gotten hurt last year, Florida State more than likely would have been playing in the national championship game. That's how good that guy had them rolling. When he got knocked out of there, the team Jordan Hurt, the Jalen Hurts factor, but it's an it factor you see with these guys where they can take the team, put it on their back. People believe in them just because he out there on the field. He exudes confidence to his people, and he's a smart guy. He can scramble around. He's accurate. He has a good touch on his ball. That dude would have been a top 5 quarterback prospect in this draft had he not gotten hurt. And if you can get him in the 4th or the 5th round, bro, that is a winner. That is a winner. that is a winner. You get him in the 4th and the 5th round, that dude will come in there. When he gets healthy, he'll make it a point to tear up everything in the league. That guy is going to be very good, and you got a wide open system that he can run. The guy, he had a good, solid pro game to him. And then the fact of the matter, he processes things very quick. When stuff break down, he take off, and then he's accurate on the run. Like, he can scramble and he's accurate. He can put the ball. I mean, the guy got a lot of positive things. He's a top 5 quarterback if he hadn't got hurt. So if you can get him in the 4th round, fam, that is a home run. Not to mention Pratt out of Tulane, another solid quarterback. Didn't have a great combine, but watch how he looks in the pro day. The dude owns all Tulane's records. He took down the passing records of who was it? Was it Pat Ramsey? I forgot who owned him, but I know. But he took down set all the records up there. You know what I'm saying? And he had them winning. He gained. If look at his tape, the best film that I've seen from him is you got to go watch last year's bowl game between Tulane and USC and see how he beat Caleb Williams. Go back and look at it. Pratt beat Williams. Man, that Tulane beat USC, man, in that bowl game last year. Family. Pratt, man, screw that combine stuff. That kid could play, man. He a tall quarterback, stand tall in the pocket. He got accuracy. He got that mentality. He processes stuff well. Man, Pratt's a good quarterback, bro. So don't be surprised if somebody grab him in the 3rd round. Don't be surprised. The guy's good. He ain't getting a lot of love because he come from Tulane. But, man, he beat Caleb Williams in the bowl game last year, man. I mean, he was out there throwing the ball all around the field, man. So, I mean, listen, I just gotta let y'all know about that. But, yeah, indeed. I got to talk about some good quarterbacks that I don't know about this cat we got here with the 4 touchdowns against what is it? 4 touchdowns against 3 touchdowns, or what I said. I already forgot his stat line. 4 touchdowns against 13 interceptions. Oh, yeah, it's nothing to worry about that. We got a good, solid backup quarterback. But then again, man, I'm not going to disparage Peterman, man. He's here, and let's see what he can do, man, and hopefully we don't have to ever use him. All right, Gundam said, this is unbelievable. Are the Saints organization just brain dead? Listen, and I've said this before, people just, considering thinking I was just being negative and disparaging the Saints. Listen, I'm a busy guy. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm busy. If I'm not working on this or working on that, I'm doing this. If I ain't doing that and being a dad, I'm sleeping. So I ain't got a lot of time. And I'm gonna tell you, I assure you that I don't have time to sit up here and just out of no good reason, just disparage the Saints all day. I mean, that's not what's going on. I'm telling you what I'm saying. I'm being honest with you. And I'm not reading off the teleprompter. There's more than a lot of them out there. A lot of them want to bubble gum you down. You know what I'm saying? They won't build a world around you, of cotton candy and everything. And that's not what's going on. I ain't gonna make it look like Disneyland if it's Fred's junkyard. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? If it's the Sanford and Son junkyard, I ain't gonna sit up here and tell you, oh no, see that pile of tires over there? That's actually a bouncy house. You know what I'm saying? No. If it's the Sanford and Son junkyard, I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend it's Disney World and the Epcot Center. I ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I got to keep it real. That's how I built the platform on telling the truth, because I got tired of hearing the media people sitting up here placating all day to the people. And I'd like to give a shout out to all those people that is in that mindset. All of the Saints podcasters that tell them to keep it honest and don't sit up here and placate to them people and try to make excuses all day about, all this kind of stuff. No, man, ain't no time for that. It's no time for that. It's only time for the truth. We've been playing around in bubblegum games long enough. It's only time for the truth. No more non-truths. It's straight truth, 100% truth. People been lying to us for too long and placating us for too long. It's time for nothing but truth. We need nothing but truth. I don't want GMO. I want the real food. I want the real nourishment. I want the real nutrition. I don't want no GMO. I don't want food or fruit with no seeds in it. I want the seeds in there, man. God damn it. I want the watermelon with the seeds in it. I don't want the watermelon. I don't want the orange with no seeds in it, man. You know what I'm saying? I want the real, man, 100% real. I want the organic. I don't want propaganda, man. I don't need that negative bull crap. Oh, we gonna be all right, bull crap. No. I don't want to hear that. I want the truth. I live in the truth. I live in the house of the truth. I can't live no other way. But that's how it is. But I've been saying for a while about what's going on with the Saints in terms of the leadership of the team. I've been saying, y'all put one in the chat if y'all heard me say that the Saints lack leadership at the top. Put one in the. I've been saying that, family. I'm not just saying that because it's cliche as to say. I actually said it and then provided receipts and started literally breaking down game and literally using their own words to describe to you that these folks don't know what they're doing and they're operating out of the wrong energy. That's why they're gonna fail. You can tell it's a certain type of energy that you're supposed to be operating with. It's a certain type of way you're supposed to be speaking, and it's not just one way. It's many different ways, but you know they all intersect. Where you can feel the energy, you can see what they can do, and you can see that these people are on a mission to win. They're on the mission to take it to the next level. They're on the mission to take the team even higher than they've been in a very long time. I don't get that energy from these people. I'm just keeping it $1.15. I don't get the same energy from the Saints. Like if you can look at, let me give you some receipts. You want to know who wants to win? Look at what the Houston Texans are doing. Go look at the Houston Texans transactions. Look at the energy and do some research prior to free agency starting and see what they was doing. Go see what they were doing. And then once free agency kicks off, go look and see what they added to their team. Now, granted, this was a loaded team last year. What they had with the draft picks and the free agency signings that they brought in, they did a whole culture change. In 1 year, they turned the whole franchise around. Fam, they were a laughing stock for years. They didn't have a quarterback leading the team. They didn't have a good head coach. They didn't have anything. They turned it. They got DeMeco Ryans and turned the team around in 1 year. The team went to the playoffs, and not only did they go to the playoffs, they actually didn't they win a playoff series? Fam, they had a 1 year turnaround. They had a 1 year turnaround. A 1 year turnaround. That's receipts. You said, well, Q, that's different. No, it's not. No, it's a energy that you have to win, fam. It's an energy. It's a movement that you got to have. Look what Philadelphia is doing. Philadelphia has been up there in the top 3 NFC teams in a while. They just come off a Super Bowl a couple years ago. Their coach was under fire, and he just won them a Super Bowl, fam. There was rumors they was going to put that boy in the street. Nick Sirianni, he was feeling himself, and they dumped the Philadelphia fan base, got him together. And Roseman, shout out to him, the real general manager, made trades, made moves, made signings to ultimately improve the team in the best way he see fit to do it. See, and they were ahead of the game with a lot of stuff that they did, but they didn't rest on that. They didn't stop on that. They said, you know what? I need to do this. I need that. You need this. What we need to do right here. You get me? It's a whole nother thing when accountability is in the building. When you don't have a Kool-Aid cult, that's what I call them over there, a Kool-Aid cult, because they all believe the same thing. There is no difference. There is no differing opinion in that building. It's a Kool-Aid cult. You know, you gonna drink this? Yeah, go ahead, drink it. One guy in the back said, "Hey, bro, the lone survivor in the back said, bro, I don't think y'all should drink, man. That dude walked up there and he put something in, bro. I don't think y'all should drink it. Oh man, shut up. Oh, you down with the team, or are you down with the team? Oh, you a diehard, or you a ride or die? Are you down with the team? You know, well, I'm a diehard, man, but I don't think you should, you know, they had a guy fiddling around over there, but I don't think you should. He looked kind of weird too, you know what I'm saying? He had a colorful shirt on and a weird look on his face. I don't think you should drink that Kool-Aid. Oh, this guy right here, that's how they are. They're Kool-Aid cult. There is nobody in there providing any different opinion about what's going on with this team. They all are bought into the BS. So, I mean, what can I tell you, fam? Goddamn Kool-Aid Cone. What's up, Ultimate Stream? Shout out to you, fam. Thank you for that super chat. It says, Q, why the Saints moves so slow, dog? Say, bro, listen, man. First and foremost, thank you for that super chat, my friend. Thank you. All I can tell you, man, is that, you know, it's still a lot of time left. These moves, like I said, I like Willie Gay, the linebacker. I thought that was a good move because it's an upgrade over Barnes. Okay, if something happens, God forbid, to DeMario or Pete Werner, then the guy can fill in for him as a third linebacker, filling in for some starters. But behind that, he's a third linebacker. The Saints, most of the time, only play two linebackers on their defense, unless they're gonna decide to go to and start playing more 4-3. I don't see them as a squad, doing 4-3. I'm just gonna keep it buck. They're really comfortable with that modified nickel. Every now and again they'll go to a 4-3, but how much is that out of all of the times that they played? You see the defense out there with less than 5% that you're seeing with a 4-3. Now, he's there. He definitely can cover the tight end. Maybe he can cover a third wide receiver. I don't know, but less than 5% of the time. So, and it's a 1-year deal, so it ain't like a future move. Like, oh, we got him on a 4-year deal or 3-year deal, and if DeMario gets a little old, we got a guy that might be able to take over for him. That's not what's going on. 1 year, next year, his contract is up. So he's just basically a 1-year fill-in for what's going on. Outside of that, Xander Horvath, and I like his tape, but how will you be able to utilize him? That's a whole nother thing. And then of course you look at Nate Peterson. That Peterman. There is nothing real I can say about that move. I mean, he's a backup quarterback that you hope that you never will see play in the games. He didn't have a really impressive stat line anyway, but his college statistics are pretty good. But outside of that, man, it ain't nothing to talk about pro-wise. So they're moving slow, bro, because that's the energy and the tempo that they're moving at, bro. That's the energy and the tempo that they're moving with going into the offseason. That's the energy that they're moving with. I don't see the same energy from the Texans. I see more of a vibrant energy. Then look at who the Texans, man. There's so many people that they signed, family. They signed a bunch of people last year, and they just improved upon the team. They signed the pass rusher from Minnesota who was up there. Danielle Hunter. So you got the first round draft pick pass rusher they had last year, and then you add Danielle Hunter next to him, and they added a bunch of other people. They lost Cashman. I think Cashman left. Cashman left, and they brought some other people in there. So they didn't stop. They added people, not just on the defense. They added people to the offense, like 5 or 6, 7, some odd people. They added several defensive backs, and they were pretty good secondary already, a pretty decent secondary. So you see the teams that want to win, you see them bringing in people, you see them making moves. They're not sitting and waiting agents because you don't have that timeline. Like if there's a free agent out there are guys that's talking to the guy, teams talking to him about bringing them in. And you got to be in the number if you're interested in these people. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's kind of weird, man, all at the same time, man. So I don't know, fam. It's not good. Can you too? You thank you for the super sticker, my friend. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you for that. Yeah. All right. DJ D School says Houston got rid of their high-end player queue. That's why they can bring in players. Yes, indeed. All right. Yeah, the Saints doing some stuff, bro. They restructure. They can still, bro, to be honest with you, they can still restructure contracts to bring in more money. To be honest with you, they could still do that. They still got contracts they can restructure, family, and add more money to what they have. You get what I'm talking about? They can still they still got people that they can add. They can rework to get the money up. They still got that they can do. Who that 504 says these personnel decisions since DA took over have been head scratching. I don't know what they're doing, fam. Like I said, looking at the team, I'm gonna just say We know you're gonna need a veteran wide receiver, right? But can we say that's a top need, like a number one need? No, we need a number one guy. You got to go and get a guy first. My thing is, I want to work inside out. Let's start with the offensive line. Let's see if we can get some talent there, some veterans that can come here and play. And there's been no talks or in discussion or anything about dealing with any offensive lineman. And the real deal is, you got this coordinator coming in here from San Fran, and I don't think this guy will be able to. I don't know if he'll be able to work with what they got in there. Maybe you could take Rome messed up last year and change it around, but we haven't heard anything yet in terms of them bringing in starting level offensive linemen or even talking to anybody. But that can change tomorrow. We'll see how it all goes. It's like I said, still some time here. All right. Hold on, fam. What's up, Barbara? Shout out to the Queen, Barbara, man. Good to see you. Who that 504 man? Shout out to you. Divine says, yes, Kamara might flourish in the new system. What's up, Country Rail? Shout out to your fam. I know we could have gotten a better backup. All right. What's up, DJ, man? He said, I think we still could draft the QB. Yeah, we'll see, because the coordinator might want his own guy, right? Anything possible, right? All right. 504 Doc says the Saints going to draft an offensive lineman or a receiver in the draft. All right. Yeah, Divine Eternity. I said that, fam. The Saints need linemen. They need offensive linemen, fam. Reginald says, like the Gay signing, he got something good. Linebacker got speed. We need that. Who that? Yeah, he does have the speed. Very athletic guy. Brother John, how you doing, sir? Says Jake the Snake going to fight for the backup. Yeah, I would like to see Jake Haener step up, man, and kind of, because he'll have a chance. Nate Peterman's going to know as much as he knows in this system. So he got a 50-50 shot, man, to be honest with you, All right. Yeah, Can You Too says more 35-year-old, restructure more 35-year-old players. Bro, they're going to sit on it? Because you got and man, there's some of the stuff that happens, bro. When you got restructures on top of restructures, you got voided years everywhere, just killing you with dead cap. Eventually, that all adds up to the point where it impacts your cap, in the future. But see, the thing is, what's really wrong with the Saints now, what really messed Mickey Loomis up, and he too ignorant to get this. But when he signed on to Dennis Allen, he should have fired Dennis Allen last year. He should have got rid of him while he had the chance. But instead, he elected to keep him out of ego. He operated. I said, this is not confidence. These people are working out of. They're working out of egoism. This is ego he's operating out. When he got on that press conference with his face flushed and his eyes bucking out, chewing that gum all nasty, when he got up there and did that, none of that was confidence. None of that was something that was a disgusting, unprofessional, nasty, trifling, awful press conference with him up there with no answers, no accountability, no nothing. And that showed you everything you need to know about what you got going on right there. People ask me about what's going on with the Saints. Look at that press conference. That's what you got going on up there. You got an overconfident, over-arrogant, elitist-minded person operating out of egotism up there. That's what you got going on there. This is not being governed out of logic. It don't logically make sense for Dennis Allen to still be the head coach in the New Orleans Saints. It doesn't. And now that they're not hitting on getting him, Dennis Allen, that is, to take the talent that is signed and then take them and incorporate them into the offense so they play effectively during the season, right? If guys don't play, take them out, put another guy in. Don't let that guy stay in there and stink. You got to be proactive in your approach. But in order to do that, it takes attention to detail to be able to know who's stinking and who's not. If guys, you give them some room, and if they don't clean up, maybe his game was known that day. Get him out of there, get somebody else in there. You get what I'm talking about? But he don't operate that way. He just lets it ride, and that's why he's a bad coach. That's why it's one of the reasons why, because he don't adjust. He don't adjust until it's too late, or until he gets pressure from the outside, like, oh, I ain't gonna let nobody tell me what to do. Yeah, you go dumbass about to get fired. You only didn't get fired because you got even stupider man over the top of you. So none of this is logical. None of this makes sense. This guy's operating because he believes he picked Sean Payton that he can't. He picks Dennis Allen, and he can't lose either way. Dennis Sean, we didn't know who Sean was. Well, you know who Sean was before I picked him. You didn't know who he was, so I hit on that one. And I'm telling you, it's going to be the same thing with Dennis. Sean didn't, well, it's going to be the same thing. No, it's not. Because number one, you didn't pick Dennis Allen. Sean Payton did. Sean Payton told you to take Dennis Allen as the coach, and that's what you did. So you didn't pick a damn thing. All you did was listen to Sean Payton like you always do. That's why you gave that 3rd round pick to Sean Payton when they traded him to Denver. Because none of them asked the question. I'm the only person asking why the Saints added a pick when they traded Payton, when trading Payton was good enough. Why we gave up a 3rd round pick? That's him helping out Sean Payton, because Payton picks early in the rounds was not there because they used a lot of those picks to get Russell Wilson in there, and it was looking kind of bad. So he sent that 3rd round pick out there to help Payton with picks. And I said, this dude here is dumb, man. This is a dumb guy here. This is a dumb guy. He didn't think that nobody would pick that up. I saw that and I called it out. I said, man, we didn't need to trade picks for Payton. But anyway, I remember all of these things is what I'm trying to tell the family members. And I'm saying that this is not a correct energy to operate out of. Everybody knows, the majority of the people that know football and know what winning and losing looks like and knows what a winning and losing coach looks like is not making a mistake here. The last 2 years, they've been fully credited. They've been fully verified in what they've said about Dennis Allen. 2 years of non-playoff football, 9-8. Well, QE won 9 games. Well, he's supposed to win at least 11 games. He had a soft schedule against a bunch of rookies, and most of the team's starters was out. So how you can't get 9 wins with that? I mean, that was one of the most agreeable schedules that I've seen in recent memory from the Saints. And the best we can do was 9 wins last year and watching the playoff on the couch. So like I said, man, I know what I'm looking at. I know what's going on. I know Dennis Allen's not going to improve as a coach because he don't see that he needs to improve. Do you think he reading leadership books and philosophy by Mike Krzyzewski or any good credible coach wouldn't? They got tons of books out there that you can learn to make you a better coach. You think he learning none of that? Hell no, he ain't learning none of that. He ain't learning none of that. The things that you need to take the team to the next level, the man lacking it, man. He lacks that. So what he says is, I'm gonna give this offense over to you. This is your job. You do it. But he don't understand. You the head coach. If that guy over there fails, then you got to go over there and change his people up. You the coach. You just can't let the guy sit there with stale players who ain't playing right, or a quarterback that's not. You can't just sit there and then when the game over, make excuses for him. No, you got to go over there and you got to change the personnel. When you see things not working, you're the head coach. You're supposed to go over there and say, man, we're going to switch this up. Hey, you, Doug Marrone, listen, we're going to sit you down for a minute. Jari, we're going to make you the offensive line coach. We'll just let you kind of take over right here. It's going to be unofficial because but we're going to put you ahead of the game. Here, we're going to kind of let you handle this for now over a few games. Hey, Pete Carmichael, we're going to shift the play calling duties to Ronald Curry for a second, for a couple games, just to see how the team responds, you know what I'm saying? And them coaches would understand because they know that their personnel groupings is underperforming, and that's a part of the job. That if your unit is not performing up to stuff and it's hurting the team, I'm going to have to take you down and then put somebody else there. That's what I got to do. Nobody, not one person is above the team. We are a team altogether. So if I got to take him out to put him in because he'll give us a better chance to win, then that's what I got to do because we got to win. I ain't got time to play into my ego about not playing Jameis Winston after he comes back from injury because he said something to the press about me lying about him, backstabbing him instead of saying, you know what, bro, I'm sorry about that, bro. I'm sorry, man. It was a misunderstanding. I didn't mean it. Here go the job, man. You ready? Here go the job. That didn't happen. After that, I told y'all he was not going. James wasn't going to see the field that whole year that time, and it didn't. And he was healthy. Sitting up there holding the clipboard. So I mean, it gets to a point at times, man, when a lot of this stuff is just. It takes more than that. We know coaches put players in doghouses at times. We get that. But winning is number one for the team. Winning is number one. Winning is how you keep your job. Winning, and I remember they asked Dennis Allen, last year, did he have fear of losing his job? He said no. Put 1 in the chat if y'all remember that. I like, how is this guy here gonna sit up here and he said it confidently. He ain't go like he does 1,000 times a press conference. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, that third, and he didn't do all that. When they asked him that, there was no arms, there was no heaves, no haws. What he did was simply said no. He didn't have any concerns about losing his job. You felt like he's gonna lose? No. Go look it up. No, he said straight up, no pressure, no accountability. That's what you got going on right there. You got a general manager keep his damn door closed during the season. Don't talk to no players. He only trying to give you a pep talk after the season over with. Told you to your face that he don't do in-season evaluations because he's too emotional. That's literally what the guy said. And I have to keep telling you that because at the end of the day, that sounds so ridiculous and unprofessional, just like that stupid press conference he did last year at the end of the season. It's utterly ridiculous and preposterous, man, for the type of stuff that we've seen happen from this team, leadership-wise. It's totally ridiculous. So what we're seeing right now, for a team that don't have any accountability, you really thought they had a plan? What plan would that be, sir? Wait till all of the good free agents are gone? And we're gonna wait till all of them. See, we waiting to market out to get rid of all the high-priced veterans, and then right at the right moment, we're gonna swoop in and we're gonna hire everybody. We're gonna get them. Okay. Okay. All right. Hakeem says, but restructuring just puts a band up, bro. Exactly. But see, that's what I'm saying. It gets to a point in the season, bro. Like all these restructures, bro. Every year, man, they've been restructuring. Go back a couple years ago when the Saints was over $100 million in cap, and they restructured a ton of contracts that just have enough money to sustain themselves during the season. That's totally irresponsible. That shouldn't be a year after year approach for you. You're supposed to be drafting well enough and getting value out of your undrafted guys, getting them, working them in there, getting them on game. But what we're seeing now is that they're not hitting so much in free agency, and their draft is not doing well. Trevor Penning and all these other guys. So, A.T. Perry did well, but we haven't gotten enough of a turnout from recent drafts to kind of offset the kick the can approach. So now you're starting to see sort of like the Roosters coming home, the Crow. You see what I'm saying? On some Malcolm type stuff. You're starting to see that happen. All right, DJ D. Smooth, the thing is all of the restrictions cause a lot of cheap money in the future. So yeah, that's what kicking the can, cooking the books and kicking the can is a detriment to the future of the team. It only works if you're able to hit on the draft, get the most out of your undrafted guys, and whoever you sign, and you get good value from them guys. Outside of that, man, if two of those things is not working for you, fam, you're gonna have issues because you're gonna have a lot of money tied up into the future. And I'm not talking like 1 year of it. I'm talking multiple years, because a lot of these non-playable voided years span at least 2 to 3 years after the fact, after the player is done. You still got to pay him his money. And the Saints, they give him the contract money. The signing bonus is broken up into the signing bonus is broken up into pieces. So it's what it is, fam. There's just not seem to have any urgency, fam. You saying it. Baltimore says, Q, is Xavier Legette a possibility for the Saints? I think so, bro. I like Xavier Legette. He didn't do much last year because he was like a special teamer. But this year, when they gave him a chance to step in the role with South Carolina, bro, he really tore it up for him, man. A lot of good production from Xavier Legette. He's a big wide receiver, about 6'1", 6'2", about 225 pounds. Tough to bring down, have really good speed. He'd be a really good solid pickup. A lot of mock drafts have Xavier Legette going in the second round. Some got him in the third, but a lot of them don't see Xavier Legette as a first rounder. At first, early on, a lot of people saying Xavier Legette was a first round draft pick. He slid a bit, and I don't know what it was, because he didn't have a bad combine, but he kind of slid a bit. Now they're considering him a second or third round wide receiver. I don't know why, but he has a great talent. So we'll see, bro. All right. Yeah. All right. Hold on here, fam. I'm scrolling down. I'm sorry. I'm on this phone here, so I'm kind of looking at these squinting at these small ass comments. All right, Hakeem says I like Vulture Mode. Hold on, Vulture Mode said something, man. I kind of skipped over it. I'm sorry, brother. Oh no, I just answered. Okay, thank you, bro. Thank you for the question. Who else we got here? Yeah, Dylan says cocky, arrogant, fire his butt, Miss Benson. That's the whole thing. Like, she's over relying on Tom Benson's choice for what he picked, like Mickey Loomis and Dennis Lucia. If I was Gail, I would still get me an advisor, like a person who knows football, who not only talks to the execs, but talks to the players. You get what I'm getting at? A person that gives her the full report of the team from the execs on down. And that person reports only to Gail, right? That's her person. And that person comes in there and gives her the full progress report on what's going on with this team. Her own personal football advisor, you know? And be like, well, Q, that's kind of such a, no, everybody needs, that's how you keep the accountability model alive. That's how you stop this from having some family type crap. I told you, this team ran like an old mafia family. This needs to be stopped. Because, and I kind of joked about calling them a Kool-Aid cult, because there's no different opinion in there. You know, there's no difference in opinion. And not even if people have a difference in opinion, these guys are not even looking at it. They believe everything that they're doing is the right thing to do. And the crazy part about it, the shit that they've been doing over the last couple of years have been failing. But you still saying the people is negative noise, and that, oh, you know, you're not qualified. Let me tell you something. You're not qualified to talk about the coach. Oh, yes, I am. And then again, Mickey and I asked the question at the time, Mickey, what qualifies me to be able to talk about your goddamn coach, huh? Do I have to buy the qualification from you? Well, that's right. You got to buy it from me. It's $100. Make it out to Mickey Lomas at 169 Clam Chowder Way, Metairie, Old Metairie, Louisiana. That's right, $100. You can talk about them all day. Yeah, $100 certification. Where you get the certification to be able to talk? They're not certified, but they certified to pay your team, though, right? They certified to give you money, right? For the jerseys and oh yeah, hell yeah, that's how I get my money. I mean, that's how the team is, Oh yeah. You know, but when you giving them money and you shut up, you good. But when you open your mouth and say, I don't like this product you putting on the field, oh, you're not qualified. Oh, okay, I see how this go. I'm keeping my money in my pocket. How about that? Oh, you're not qualified. Oh, okay. But see, I joke about it, man. I'm a part comedian. Y'all kind of, because a lot of people, it's kind of in their feelings about some of these Saints moves. So I kind of bring light to it. I do impersonations and stuff like that, and I make light of it to make them laugh, make them smile, because right now, fam, and I've said this before, right now you're gonna be going through some difficult times, and even though it's been a couple of years of difficulty, we haven't seen the playoffs in 3 years now, and by the energy that they're showing us, you might not see it this year, because everybody in the NFC South are improving themselves, especially Carolina, especially Atlanta's seen as a team that it could be making a move. And not just 1 year, you might have a problem with Carolina over the next several years. I mean, Atlanta and Carolina. Carolina's a young team that's building up behind Bryce Young. So you're going to have more of a prolonged period of time. They got Kirk Cousins for 4 years, and they got all the talent in the world with them. They got the defense. They got the running attack. They just added a good complement there, and then they're going to have people in the draft. So they still going to keep this thing going along. And don't be surprised if Atlanta make a move, because they still got those picks after getting Cousins, and pick up some future quarterback. Because Lowe told me they want Jaden Daniels. I don't think they get him, but they might get another quarterback to put behind Kirk Cousins, and then add more talent along the way. So like I'm saying, man, it's like you doing your job, but at the same time, you got to make sure you keep an eye out on some of these other people here, making sure you keep an eye out on these other guys and see what they got going on, even though you handle your business. But everybody all are having more production in terms of bringing their people in. We know Tampa Bay didn't do too much. They feel like they got good, what they got going on. And, they overachieved last year. We might see what they do next year with all this other stuff. It might kind of flip a bit, but people are not really excited about some of the moves the Saints are making currently, because it's just not what it's hitting for. Now, it's still a lot of, the preface that to say it's still a lot of time left, but in the end, man, this ain't what it is, But Like I said, it's still a lot of time. We'll see. Yeah, you're not qualified, man. $100 to Mickey Loomis. 163 clam child away. That's where you sent it. Country said Mickey Loomis and Dennis Allen want to try to a lot of work to do. That's the point. About the look at the Eagles signed Devin White. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Quavadia saying they signed Devin White. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I knew Devin White was out there. It's probably a 1-year deal, huh, bro? It's probably a 1-year deal. See, the Eagles, that's the whole point about what I'm saying about wanting to win. Devin White was out there, right? I like Willie Gay Jr., but think about it like this. Demario Davis is getting older. Devin White would have been a good pickup for the Saints, right? A future pickup for the Saints. If something go wrong, I'm just saying, man, in the end, we know what football players look like, man. But, and it was when he was trade rumored last year, it's just amazing, man. The Eagles don't stop. That's the point, is what I'm saying. If you want to be at that level, it takes what stuff like what Houston, what the Eagles are doing. They had some stuff going wrong with them last year. They kind of bottomed out a little bit right there, but look what they're doing. They got a standard, is what I'm saying. They're not resting on their laurels and saying, hey, man, we're the Philadelphia Eagles. We just won a Super Bowl 2 years ago. They're not waiting on that. They're still making moves. They re-signed Chauncey Gardner-Johnson on a 3-year deal. They're bringing in different players. They're still signing people to add to their team. And they still got all these fantastic draft picks. They changed up. They got another. Didn't they get an offensive coordinator there? So, I mean, they changing, and they just won the Super Bowl, a couple years ago? And look what they're doing. That's how teams that want to win move, family. That's what I'm saying. It's not hard to tell. Look how the Eagles are moving. Just keeping it real. All right, Jason says, at winning division with the backup Cousins. Hate to say it, but it's true. I can see otherwise. Bro, keep it. Bro, it's time. It ain't time for, and like I said, bro, when you living in Fred Sanford's junkyard, ain't no time to sit up here and pretend like it's Disney World and we at Universal Studios somewhere. We ain't in Universal Studios, fam. Let me just be honest with you on that. You hear me? We ain't in Universal Studios, fam. We in Fred Sanford's junkyard, and I'm saying that because ain't no reason to have no denial or no delusion going on here. Let's not be delusional. I know the Saints have talent. I don't have a problem with the talent. I have a problem with who's supposed to take the talent and get them to win. That's what I got an issue with. And it does take talent to win. Now, there are plenty of needs on this team, and it starts to me with the offensive line. Even if people believe wide receiver is one of them. Haven't heard anything from that yet. It's positions that are lower down on that ilk than I'll say, unless they're using it to address it in the draft. We'll see, fam. But like I said, it's a different energy. Pat Rich, what's up? Pat Rich says, what about Garoppolo? Is he familiar with Kubiak's system in San Francisco? Garoppolo, people was mentioning Jimmy Garoppolo the other day, and I'm like, man, Garoppolo don't work for free, bro. I guarantee you, we look up that Nate Peterman contract, it's super cheap. I guarantee you that contract got Peterman, when he ain't doing quarterback duties, they got Peterman in that sweeping the flow and that Peterman contract come with backup quarterback / janitorial duties, man. Let me tell you something. That contract is probably super cheap, man. Super cheap. They paid $500 and 3 used soaps to get Peterman here, man. Yeah. All right. L-Dub says they just lost Devin White to the Eagles. Yeah, Quavadas just said 1 year, $7.5 million. 1 year, 7. Okay, thank you, Richard. Yeah, see, I'm saying that's what it takes. What's up, Sean? What's up, my dog, Sean, man? Said we love the worst starting QB in the South if that wasn't for Bryce Young's limited experience. Shout out to you, my brother. Keep your head up. All right, Richard says Kellen Moore is okay. Thank you, Richard. Appreciate you, bro. They changed the game. Like I said, that's what teams want to win, bro. When stuff looks bad, they change the game. Now, the Saints ultimately finally did change the offensive coordinator position. I mean, but it's just the energy. All right, Chantel says Q is the backup QB. Nathan Good, never heard of him. What was it, fam? Let me read his stats to you, Shantae, baby. Let me read the statistics for you. This is Mr. P. I ain't trying to disparage Peterman, but man, listen, this is your damn statistics, man, not mine. All right, he completed 53% of his passes for 712 yards. First of all, he's played 6 years in the NFL, 6 years. For 3 different teams. Now the Saints make 4 teams: Bears, Bills, and Raiders. That's the connection, Raider connection. He's a former Raider dude, and I think he was there. Wasn't he there when Carr was there? I want to say he was. I'm gonna have to do some more research, but during his 6 seasons in the NFL, he completed 53% of his passes for 712 yards, 4 touchdowns against 13 interceptions over 15 career games, 5 of which were starts. So we're not looking for Mr. Peterman to do any quarterbacking for us in any type. So 14 touchdowns against 13, 4 touchdowns against 13 interceptions. It's not a very good record. And they talk about Jameis. Not very good. All right. Okay. Yeah. Gundam says True Value, Dollar General, Retail, QB, Dollar Tree, brother. Dollar Tree. I guarantee you that contract is super cheap, fam. I'm going to be honest with you. What's up, Hemisphere? Shout out to you, man. All right. Too Weird says cheaper than Aaron Rodgers. Brother Gerard says Mickey's shopping at the dollar store. I know I just said that, bro. He's shopping at Dollar Tree. Yeah. All right. J Rod out. Okay, J Rod, he was. Okay, thank you, J Rod out. He was Carr's. The plot thickens. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, fam. The plot thickens. Carr, Peterman was Carr's backup. Boy, you couldn't make this up. You couldn't make this up, man. Bro, I heard, because I peeked into it. I was doing some research. I was looking at his statistics, and I said, man, this dude is a Raider. That's why the thumbnail is former Raider QB. Y'all know where I was going with right there. You know what it's hitting for. So it's like, dude, this guy, Peterman, was Carr's backup. Man, you can't make this up, brother. You can't make this up. So that's all we're going to do, huh? We're just going to sign all of Carr's old buddies, huh, and bring them on the team, huh? The more the merrier, huh? Is that what we're doing? Is that the plan? Can you too? You say, I can live through another. He said, I can live through another losing year as long as there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. We are in limbo. Fam, listen, let me tell you something. 20 years, and not all of the 20 years was winning football, by the way, because we did have the fake-ass Bountygate scandal that happened that ripped down Coach Payton for a year and then, tore up our team, got Greg Williams out of here. I think it was all behind separating Payton and Williams because they never worked together because, again, after that point, and I was like, wow, that's weird because you had Greg Williams, who was a fantastic defensive coordinator, and you had Coach Payton. They were cutting up with that team. And then, they were on par. I think that if they had not came up with that fake ass scandal, that the Saints could have been in that bowl again the next year, and they came up with this whole bullshit about this, that, the third, and people saying, oh, the Saints were doing Bountygate. Man, they came out, they had independent investigation, came out a couple of years, what was that, several years later, and found and threw all that stuff out of there. Did the press cover it and say, well, we don't need to talk about Bountygate no more? No, they keep talking about it. They said, like, Christopher Columbus discovered America. And you know damn well the furthest he ever came was the Caribbean. How he discovered America? Never been here. But that's the lie they perpetuate. Like they'll perpetuate the lie of Bountygate and don't even try to get it right. Bountygate was thrown out. It was the independent investigator came in there and threw all of that stuff out of there. And the NFL actually apologized. They apologized to the Saints. They issued an apology to the Saints. Now, they didn't give them money back and they didn't give them draft picks back, but they issued an apology for Bountygate. Them people don't even know that shit, man. I done did shows about it. I talked about it. You got people sit up there, oh, the Q, they were dirty. They was involved in the Bountygate. No, they wasn't. All that was thrown out that was created to break the Saints up at the time. And we had some stuff going on with those years, and we had to build back up. We had the 8-8 and all that kind of stuff. But the most of the 20 years there with Coach Payton was winning football. The last year with him, I thought that, It should have been winning, but Coach Payton wasn't even dialed in his final year. I covered it. I was saying that he was telling Jay Glazer in mid to late November that he was going to retire and that he can have the scoop for it. He can cover the scoop when he'll talk to Glazer. Glazer, and I played the interview on the show after the season. I was like, this dude wasn't even fully dialed in on the season. That's something that he would have hammered up them players for if they was doing that kind of stuff. He wasn't even dialed in the last year of the season. He wasn't. And I'm talking about Coach Payton. They finished 9-7 the next year. They put Dennis Allen in there. He went 7-10 and then 9-8. So over the last 3 years, including Payton's final year, the Saints have not been in the playoffs. And right now, all those funny money contracts and the kicking of the can, all that stuff, and the kind of mediocre drafts and all this kind of stuff is starting to catch up with them. And then what really put the proverbial cherry on top of the disastrous Sunday was when Mickey Loomis made Dennis Allen the coach and didn't provide any accountability. It's one thing to have a guy like that who never won anything before as your head coach to replace a guy that was your best head coach in franchise history. It's something else. It's a whole nother thing if the general manager is supposed to be over his shoulder, making sure he gets it right. You can't leave him by himself because he don't know what he's doing. And then when he screws up, F's up, does stuff he's not supposed to do, he comes out there and makes excuses for him and criticizes the family base for criticizing a product that he put on the field that stinks. How you gonna criticize me for criticizing you because I'm reacting to something your dumb ass did that was foul, that was off code? How that work? What kind of crazy misdirection crap is this? What kind of weird ass mind games is this? How you gonna disparage the Who Dat Nation when they're reacting to something that you did that was off code? You're losing. You got a bum ass coach that can't get in the playoffs. You got players that want to lead the team because they don't believe in the coach. And I'm negative noise. I'm not qualified. You know? Oh, you're not qualified. That's right. I said it. Oh, really? So it's just amazing. This what kind of arrogance that this guy has for the Who Dat Nation. And I'm telling you guys to don't put up with this bad behavior, this off code shit. Don't put up with it. I'm asking you to not go down there. And if they win 2 or 3 games, don't go down there anyway. You wait until they do something big, like get in the playoffs, then you show some support. Make them earn it. We've been giving it to them over the last several years, and them people been stanking up. And it's a different thing when I see you trying to do something versus you just trying to disparage the Who Dat Nation for telling the truth about the failure that you are as a GM and the failure that you brought in this building as a head coach. It's unbelievable. If the guy was winning, I would not be saying this. I'm telling you, I'm reporting to you what I see and keeping it $110 and beyond. That's what I'm doing. But anything outside of that is negative noise, and they dumbass is losing. So I guess what I was saying and y'all was saying was a negative noise, because guess what? We've been proved, we've been verified. It didn't work. It didn't work last year. It didn't work the year before that. So what I'm saying is simple, man. At the end of the damn day, the Saints need to get it together. And that's what it comes down to, fam. That's what it comes down to. So it's crazy. How you gonna get mad at the Saints and get for the Saints supporters who've been supporting you for years? Money all over the place. Paying people. I talk about the economics of it because I look at it at that level. I don't look at it at that level of just a guy that's watching the game in the stadium. No, you got to look at it everything. Look at all of the taxpayer money that goes to renovating that building. And not only that, who pays for the utilities in that building? You do. You pay. They don't pay rent. Did you hear what I say? They don't pay rent on none of those buildings. You know, and when people start delving into the contracts, when Tom Benson, right before he passed away, he had the beef with his daughter and them, and they was like, nah, this ain't the money we talk about. And they sued him to open the books up on the deal because they got the books sealed with the Saints in the state. You can't look at them. They got them sealed. And I said, you can seal them all you want. I already know what's in them. I know why you would seal them. And when Reed and the rest of them threatened to sue him, he settled with them because he did not want them to break open the books so they could see what kind of deal the Saints in the state got cooking in the city. We already know they don't pay no rent. We already know they gave them that Benson Tower for pennies on the dollar and then turned around and doubled up the rent and rent the office space out to the state office in there. That's your money. So we built that facility, the practice facility that's on airline. The people was playing out of trailers over there. Look, talk to the who that's out there, the old who that's, the experienced ones. They're gonna say that's facts, Q. They was playing out of trailers on Airline Drive. It came from you. The taxpayers funded a multi-million-dollar practice complex for the Saints to play in with on Airline Drive. They funded it. All of it's taxpayer money. All of it. And they'll put some money with it, but the majority of the money is taxpayer money funding a private enterprise. And you get no stocks from them. You get no money back on the investment. But you helping them bank out. They got tax incentives. That's why Gail is the richest person in the state. Gail is worth a reported $6 billion. Last year it was 5. This year it's 6. Look it up. I follow the stats because I'm an economics man. I know about the money. I follows the money. It's not just sports, it's everything. And sports don't happen unless the money right. Y'all know I'm talking facts. Facts. Money, you don't see football on the field unless the money's right. That's money in the pockets of the players. That's money in the pockets of the teams. That's money in the pocket of the league. You won't see it on the field unless the money right. Money comes before football is played. I'm giving you game. I'm telling you the facts. You asking them people to have a winning team, to put together a competitive team. And if the team plays and they play competitively, then you satisfied with that. They can lose. Hell, they gave it all they got. You like, man, I can rock with that. You know, the Saints played their asses off, man. They lost. Because you know you're not going to win every game. But it's this sorrowful crap that happens when they start making excuses and try to disparage us. Man, you slapping the hand that feeds you, brother. Guess what? We're going to have to slap your ass down, man. We got to show you who the power is, because you forgot. For 20 years, you've been eating fat like a rat. You bloated, and you thinking that you nice and complacent and comfortable. We got to show you what time it is. We got to reset the game. That's what goes on. They're not going to do it for you because they thinking you too stupid, but you ain't too stupid enough to give them your money. Oh, they can bring us the money. Just shut up and I don't want to hear you. Just watch what we do. No. That's old-timey crap. We don't do that nowadays. We're going to have an influence on the team one way or the other. Economic speaking, if you taking money from us, you're going to take this other stuff from us too. You're going to hear us. You're not going to pretend like this a bunch of dumbass fans somewhere and they don't know what they're talking about. A lot of people out here know what they talk about. They're giving facts and game. They ain't got nothing to lose because I don't get my money from the Saints. I got multiple streams of income, and none of them come from the Saints. So I can talk how I want to talk. Can they? Can they tell you the real? Can they talk to you like that without the Saints smacking their hand? Can they keep it real with you? Let's talk facts, man. Let's keep it real. Let's talk the truth. But then at the end of the day, what you're saying is, man, we are in a down time. This is a down era for us. Let's not be delusional here. This is a downtime. You're currently in a 3-game playoff drought. 3-year playoff drought you're currently in. A 3-year playoff drought. This is definitely dark times for the Who Dat Nation. You got a coach apologize. He never apologized to you with all them dumb losses. When he loses and terribly do all the backstabbing and never apologized for no loss he ever did. And I was saying this dude need to apologize for this loss. Get up there and lead the podium. Only time he do apologize is to apologize to the Falcons while he throws his team under the bus. This who you got. And you gonna win with that? Bro, I'm telling you, man. I'm not the type of dude you gotta show me stuff. I got faith, but at the same time, it's you know what I'm saying? It's that smart faith. It's that active smart faith. It's not dumb non-active faith. It's a difference. It's an active faith and it's a non-active faith. I got an active faith for this team, and it's activated by what you see. Like it's an energy that you feel, that you know, that is verified results that you're getting, that you talk to the creator, and the creator, he's like, okay, I need you to help me out with this. And then boom, you don't have to say nothing. You know it's coming because it always was there before, baby. All you had to do was ask for it. It'll be delivered in time. You know that because it always happened for you. But this is not the type of energy or the faith that I'm giving to them. They don't deserve that. You get what you deserve. You can't get no fairer than that. Don't come asking me for nothing. Don't ask me for no money until you show that you can win. You see what I'm saying? That is as real and as balanced as it get. Don't give them no money until they prove to you that they're serious about winning, because you giving them everything else. You paying for their utilities, you paying for their rent, and you don't get none of that money back. Man, come on, man. You gonna show up or you gonna get up, fam. Rock with me. I'm telling y'all honest game, man. I'm telling y'all the truth. They don't give them no money. Don't buy them damn tickets. And the people listen to this show, they hear me and they don't like me saying that because I'm cutting into them. But I'll tell you what, y'all that's listening, y'all take it back to the people and tell them fix this shit and fix it right now. And prove to us that y'all deserve the right for the Who Dat Nation, the greatest family base on the planet, to support your ass. We've been carrying y'all for 20 years before y'all even won a game. Who does that? Who carries a team and supports them for 20 years before they get one winning season? Come on. And then now at a point where y'all had got a little success, 20 years of success, and this is how you talk to the Who Dat Nation? Ain't no more of that, playboy. We shutting you down. Ain't no more of that crap. Or getting up there talking to the people with an elitist mentality like you know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. And there's no accountability up there. So like I said, we gonna reset the Saints. Since they too stupid to do it, we'll do it for you. And we'll start with the money. How you love that? Take that back to them. Go run and tell that. Much love to fam. Listen, I'm gonna get out on that, man. Listen, I appreciate the fam for being in here, man. But it still says the same, man. Duke says I'm questioning their commitment to winning. Yeah, of course. Bro, they gotta show something, man. If I was on my mixer, I'd hit that Glen on their ass, man. Y'all know I made a meme out of that. You know, I hit that Glen on him, man, and he started singing. Yeah, man, come on, man. You know, I'm just saying, man. It's what it is. We're not doing that, man. We're not doing this. We're not doing this no more, man. We're not doing this. I don't like no elitist person looking down on people when you wouldn't be up there if it wasn't for the investment of the people that built the team up. Team ain't even have a decent practice facility years ago. It was the last of the league with that. The renovations to the dome, the $500 million in the dome that was taxpayer money. You didn't get your money back for that. None of that went back to you. That went in their pockets. They got massive tax breaks where they can keep a lot of their money. They get all the revenue from the building, the parking revenue. Dude, listen to what I'm saying, man. How is any of that fair to you? And then they're losing, and then they got the nerve to stand up there and tell you not qualified and that you coming up with negative noise. Man, you got to spank them, bro. That's like a disrespectful child. You done reared them and brung them up, fed their ass and everything, and they're gonna turn around and with their nose up at you. You're like, hold on, son, bitch. I was the one that took care of you. You wasn't nothing. We built you up. You wasn't nothing. You was a joke franchise. We invested in you and built you up. We supported you and made you what you was. It was our taxpayer dollars that built the buildings so you can bank out. And all we asked was to win. So I'm just keeping it I'm keeping it real with you guys. That's what it comes down to. So if they can't represent and do what they're supposed to do, you know what you got to do. But anyway, I'm going to get out on that, man. And I'm just, listen, fam, that kind of got me a lot of, yeah, OG, show me. Yeah. Black Magic, shout out to you, fam. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fam, listen, I'm keeping it real, bro. People don't talk like this. Now they got a couple of us, man, that's connected to the family, bro. But listen, they don't talk like this because a lot of people can't talk like this because they tethered to the Saints. They tied to them. They get their coinage and they stuff from the Saints, so they can't say too much. That's the reason why. And I've had several opportunities, believe you me, of being able to do that. But I can't, if stuff goes wrong, I can't be able to get on a bumper like I want to. I can't be able to talk to them and handle the business and be able to tell them, hey, man, listen, we represent this amount of power from the support base. We won't be tolerating this level of bull junk from you or anybody else. We're telling you that this is an issue and this is a problem. And they're acting like you don't have a stake or horse in the race. So I'm telling you, the only power you have is the power to deny giving the money. That's what I'm saying. And that's a big power. Money, fam, listen, the economics drive it all, fam. I'm telling you, No one person is above the economics. If the tickets don't rock, or if the merchandise is not selling, she gonna want to find out why. Dennis Lucia, who's more business than football, is gonna want to know why. And them lies ain't gonna work. And they're gonna be the people say, hey man, they're not happy because we're not winning. Well, why are we not winning? This is stuff that you're supposed to be questioning this year. But see, it's just an overwhelming, ridiculous belief in Mickey Loomis, and the game done been passed him by. That's why I'm saying he's sitting up there telling you that he probably gonna go in 10 years. I'm like, bro, see, this is a joke, man. Mickey Loomis is a fake general manager. He more VP than he is general manager. A lot of the stuff he did was because Peyton told him to. Look how the team looked without Peyton being there. If Mickey Loomis was a real general manager, number one, he never would have picked Dennis Allen to be a coach. Number two, he would show accountability from his coach and his players by talking to them regularly and not in doing in-season evaluations. He would be that's what I'm saying. He calls himself a general manager, but don't do nothing a general manager does outside of working on restructuring, cooking the books and kicking the can. That's what he does. When it come down to talking to players, I gave them a speech at the end of the year. I told them, hey, it's going to be less comfortable here. We got to start. No. It starts with you. You, the person that's comfortable. You comfortable enough to stand up there and talk shit to the Who Dat Nation, and you can't beat us, man. You can't beat us. You forgot where you getting your money and your support from, bruh. You forgot that. So it's up to us to remind you. We trust and believe. This is a fact. It's a statement of fact. We're gonna show you economically. We're gonna show you what time it is. Anyway, let me get out on that. Much love to the fam, man. I'm gonna get out on that, fam. I appreciate y'all for checking with me on here. Y'all, yeah. Well, Barbara, shout out to you, Barbara. Yeah, man. It's because I don't tolerate no disrespect, man. And I told people this. I told them this a couple of shows back. Don't tolerate no disrespect, fam. You're too great for that. We're in that time of day where you're a person out here. You out here handling your business. You work hard. You don't take nothing from nobody. You handle your business. You're respectful. You're kind. You're balanced. You're not perfect, but that's the pursuit. Each day it's a pursuit of perfection. You might not ever reach it, but the point is that's what we pursue. It's a pursuit. So anyway, it's a journey. It's a trek. That's what it is. It's a journey. It's to get there. And every day, each step or half a step or portion of a step that you make is supposed to make you better than what you was the day yesterday. That's what it's about. So even though it might take us all of our lives and we might not ever make it there, but at the end of the day, we are in that pursuit to get greater and better every day. And as a result of that, don't you ever in your life tolerate disrespect from anybody. Don't you do it. Don't you ever do that. Because at the end of the day, man, it's all about your power, your will. It's your world that you living in. And the people that's not respecting you in your world don't deserve to be there. It is your world. Do not tolerate any disrespect of any kind. I'm not telling you to start kicking and whooping on some ass. I'm not saying that, let me throw that out there. But what I'm saying is you have the ability to set wrongs right in your world. And that starts with people that might not be beneficial to you if they disrespecting you. They don't understand your value if they come in with disrespect. And as such, they need to be evicted out of your world. That's what I'm talking about. And when I'm saying that, I'm putting that forward to everything, including this crap with these New Orleans Saints people, because they surely was disrespecting the entire Who Dat Nation all last year when I was covering this stuff on Mickey Loomis. All last year, all the stuff that he was saying and the crap that he was saying. What was the articles lambasting him at for talking like that? Me and a couple other people was really getting on him for that. I really got at him on that because that's disrespectful. You're not going to stand there and slap the hand that feeds you and you not paying those tickets yourself. The Who Dat Nation is the one buying all them tickets and all that doubly tripled up merch that they got in there that they paid super cheap for and they charge you 3 or 4 times what it's actually worth. Come on, man. Let's keep it $1.15, man. Enough is enough. This is a new era of time and we're not playing that no more. It's a whole new energy and vibe out here. Disrespect will not be tolerated at any level, family. Get with that. I'm out of here, fam. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm going to holler at y'all on the next one. Who Dat to you.